Hello and welcome to the Rant Shop. This is the How I See It edition. So I've been watching snippets and clips of that whole Stormy Daniels thing. I'm not saying he did or didn't do it because frankly I don't give a shit. You know, there's like just name president after president after president who did things and people were outraged, but not so outraged. But anyway, so she goes in and she wants to set the record straight. So let's just assume she had sex with him and assume that she was lying before when she said she didn't, but she's not lying now. And let's assume she got 135 grand to not say anything, which I would pay if I was running for president, even if I didn't bang her, just not to have to deal with it. I'd pay 135 grand. Well, if I had his money. So anyway, and he's known to be a player, so who cares? That was 10 years ago and really has no effect on him running the presidency because he didn't do Stormy Daniels in the Oval Office like certain other presidents. So anyway, what really gets me on this whole way people interview now, I mean, when you have a scene of a crime, they look at where suspects were, where if they'd used a credit card, if they were in the area, and that's how they track people down. But not when you're doing an exclusive on TV. You just ask her how she felt and this and that. You know, she said things like, well, he calls on my friends, you know, I'll put it on speaker and they get a laugh. Well, where are the friends? And maybe they do, maybe they don't have proof that she was there at the time she said she was. They also said things like Shark Week. Can you look and at least see if Shark Week was on? This guy he just basically wanted her to tell her story. There's no journalism there. He didn't ask any questions. He didn't try to catch her lying, you know, which he's already been caught several times. But again, he probably fucked the shit out of her. Who cares? He's a multi-gazillionaire. That's what they do. His wife even said, he wouldn't be with me if I wasn't pretty, and I wouldn't be with him if he wasn't rich. So, whatever. I mean, really, does this kind of shit matter? Well, boy, it really matters if people want to get rid of him. You know, I'm not Republican or Democratic. And they just passed this bill. If I was Republican, I would be bitching, how do you do this? If I was Democrat, I'd be bitching, how do you do this? How can they not even do a budget? A budget. They haven't done a budget in years. They do them big fucking bills with all the fat in it because they can't get a budget. None of those people need to be in office. Like I said, he's going to drain the swamp. I think it's kind of like that place where the Loch Ness Monster is and there ain't no fucking bottom. I don't think there's enough time to even find it. It's been happening for years and years and years. You think it gets better over years? No. I just don't understand people. Why are we worried about what he did with his dick? Really? I mean, this is news now? Really? You people that fucking stupid? It's almost like the mainstream media is like watching Beverly Hills Housewives. It is so fucking fake. Even Fox is supposed to be Republican half the time. You know, it all depends on who's on what side, but there's probably bits of truth to everything people are saying about all sides. I don't think you people can handle what's really going on. Anyway, let's see. We had a little scuffle about welfare with somebody, you know, and my whole thing on welfare is that it makes people lazy. There's no reason for somebody to get a job if you're getting welfare. So if I was in charge of the system, if you were on welfare, you would have to work for your welfare. For instance, if you're getting money for having a baby, now that also breaks up families because you're not going to get free money if daddy's in the house. So what you do is you say daddy no longer in the picture and you get free money. Sometimes the daddy still lives there, sometimes he don't. But either way, you don't have two parents for your kids, which is not real good for a kid growing up to begin with. Granted, if his dad was a piece of shit, it's not real good. But anyway, they get bridge cards and all this other shit. And I see them at the party store all the time just buying fucking candy and pop and pull out that fucking bridge card. Well, you shouldn't be able to buy that. We have things that are delivered at people's houses, you know, these Blue Ribbon or Blue Apron or whatever, Lean Cuisine, whatever. So if you're giving somebody welfare, you shouldn't be giving them to be able to buy whatever they want and make it a good experience, you should give them food so they can eat. So I say we start, if you're asking for food stamps, you go to a website from a company. Can't be ran by the government because the government can't fucking do anything right. So let's say we go to Blue Ribbon and the government just pays the bill and you have 4 kids, so you're allowed this size, that size, whatever. You pick your meal and they deliver it to your house and you cook it. You should not be able to go shopping. It should be illegal to use a bridge card at a party store because everything costs more. What the fuck? I don't get it. I don't get it. And anyway, so I'm always arguing that it makes people lazy. So I remember a friend way back when, and he was trying to get on some assistance, and I'd always told him, well, I don't believe in it. If you can physically work, everybody has problems, but if you can physically work, you shouldn't get it. He's like, So you get broke, and then you decide, I can work for cash because I don't want to get a real job, because if I get a real job, there goes my free money. Well, that's exactly what I've been trying to tell you. It takes away the motivation to work. So I think if you're a mother, let's say your kids are in school, so you get welfare to sit home to breastfeed the kid, do whatever. Kid gets in a fucking kindergarten, you should have to work while he's in school to get your assistance. Why not? These schools can't find nobody to help out because they don't pay nothing. We're paying government money to schools who take the money to pay people like the recess ladies and that they can't find. Shouldn't these moms be recess ladies and that, or should we just, hey, you can fucking watch soap operas 2 o'clock in the morning, spet your kids off to school, and hey, you can live in the lap of luxury or whatever. I know they're not living great, but there's no incentive for them to get a job, so they're never going to get off the system. I don't understand it. The deficit is fucking huge. Huge deficit. In other words, more money we owe than what we have coming in, right? And they think ours is bad. China's is way worse than ours. China might not be dollar amount as ours, but they're many more times their economy in debt than we are. And that's who's giving us the money anyway. So they control things. They're putting ships out, so we put a little tariff on. They're just going to control the water, so even if we get it from another country, they ain't going to be able to get it through. So a lot of shit's got to be fixed. And this whole tariff thing made the stock market crash. It's bullshit. The feds raised the fucking rate on interest. So the market altered for that, and then it rebounded. It had nothing to do with the fucking steel tariffs. They put it on fucking China, but it's okay for Canada and Mexico. All right, well, that's because he wants to negotiate those, so they gave him okay. Where do you think everybody gets their steel from? China. So China can still send it into Canada and get it here. So what's the fucking problem? All it's going to do is make all the steel industry, which I see in my industry, they're all trying to raise the price right off the bat because they can. Just like when fuel got high, they raised the fuel surcharge. You think they're going to turn it back down? No, it's just an excuse to put a price increase on you. Everything's just fucking, people are, the biggest problem is us people, because we put up with this shit. We need to quit funding and financing every fucking thing, because you're basically, welfare is helping to break up families, and they have no reason to get off their ass and make theirs or their children's life any better. And what they're doing is teaching their children to be on welfare, and this cycle goes on and on. When I moved down fucking Pontiac, I was at a house. I was the only one that got up and went to work. I'd party. I'm just a fucking kid. I'm partying. Welfare mom's home with the kid she's still getting welfare from, and her other welfare from. They're all living in a fucking house, and the only person getting up to go to work is 15-year-old me. They're all been, I partied with them all night. I had to get up and go walk to work. They don't got to go to work. What the fuck is work? If they work, it's under the table so they get some extra cash. They work when they feel like it, how they feel like it. Shouldn't be able to pay somebody cash, because that, again, where is the incentive not to be on welfare? There's no incentive. Anyway, that's how I see it right now. I'm going to do a presentation here pretty soon of how the welfare started and how the government's turned it into this voter pool. And I do think that bill with Trump, hoping he's smart, because I wasn't happy he signed it. He could have not just signed it, but I'm more mad at the Democrats and Republicans that put it in front of it. So I'm hoping, because he did get a bunch of money for the military. And it's a lot of money, and we need to build our military, because I think we're either going to be, if this trade war goes ahead, idiots, we might be in war, and it's just what has to be done. And a lot of times when shit's getting ready to hit the fan, they just start a war anyway. So So then people are used to not having as much because we're in wartime, so it's okay. But I'm hoping he does like the Romans did, and if they can't get it from Congress and that, and he's giving all this money to the military, why don't he just have the military build the wall? We're paying him anyway, right? They just got more funding. Just a little bit of the funding would pay for the whole wall. The military could build it. He controls the military. I don't understand why they can't build a wall. We need to fucking build it. We don't need any more people here sponging. We can't even control our American citizens sponging, and now we're letting illegal, the word illegal, you get that word? It's illegal for them to be here. How do they have rights? I don't understand how an illegal citizen gets a right. Well, it's because of the lawyers. You should get rid of them fucking lawyers at the ACLU too. That's just a big clusterfuck, probably funded by Soros. Who knows? So there's just a few people running everything. I don't get how you people can't see that. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, that's how I see it.